did not remain safely within the rhythms of home for long. At around the age of 7, he entered the Agens, the state-controlled system of upbringing and discipline for male citizens. If the Athenian child was still learning songs, letters, and polite civic formation, the Spartan child was already being pulled away from family life and placed under communal supervision. And here the contrast becomes brutal. Athenian boys could be disciplined, certainly. Ancient parents were not soft in the modern sense, and Greek education was not a free-floating paradise of gentle creativity, but compared to Sparta, Athens looks almost luxurious. Spartan boys were given minimal clothing, often one cloak for the year. They went barefoot. They slept on rough bedding made from reeds. They were underfed on purpose so that hunger would teach resourcefulness. They were watched, constantly punished, publicly, and trained to endure hardship without complaint. In Athens, a teacher might correct your grammar. In Sparta, life itself corrected your entire personality. Spartan boys were also encouraged to steal food, but punished if they were caught, not because theft itself was seen as admirable, but because stealth, cunning, and competence were useful. The lesson was very Spartan: failure is shameful, and the world has no obligation to reward innocence. If incompetence gets you caught, an Athenian educator might ask whether a boy understood the lines of Homer. A Spartan supervisor might ask whether he could survive on almost nothing and still keep his dignity. This is not simply a contrast in methods. It is a contrast in the imagined purpose of childhood. For Athens, childhood was preparation for civic participation. For Sparta, childhood was the first stage of state discipline. The Athenian boy was being prepared to speak. The Spartan boy was being prepared to obey.